Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World. I just want to say, welcome back to traveling in a crazy world that we live. Glad to be here. Oh, can't post some of the comments from some destinations. Hopefully, I'll be getting some through. We're here on Facebook. We're here on multiple YouTube channels. We're on LinkedIn, all over the place. So wherever you have travel questions from, please do send them in so we can kind of answer some of these. We're going to be on for about an hour because we got some homework in the house to do, and so I might need to help out some people with their homework, and also have some grading to do. Anyway, but there's a lot of things going on. Obviously, if you're looking at the bombings in Iraq, and you're looking at what happened in Mexico last week, a lot of people are getting worried about their spring break trips. So I'm going to talk about some of those things. Also, if you're going closer, like traveling within the U.S., there's some things you need to know about because some things have changed. I want to start with some of the kind of newsy kind of stuff before we get into any questions or anything. One thing I want to say is within traveling within the U.S., do domestic first. If you're flying down to Florida, you're going out to California, you're coming to Illinois, remember the Real ID system is in effect in the U.S. and since the beginning of February, they have been enforcing it. So if you do not have a compliant identification when you're flying in the U.S., you will not be able to board unless you get your identification pre-approved. So if you have a driver's license or an ID card in the US and it has that little star on the side, you've got your Real ID. You'll be good to go. Or if you're not sure if your driver's license or your ID has that, your passport will work just fine. Your passport card will work just fine. You can use those for domestic travel because in the US, you have to have a more elevated kind of form of ID. So that is now in full effect in the US. Now, if you do not have, because maybe your state doesn't have it, or you didn't have the time to get the 9 other, it's not that many, but like all the extra kind of documentation needed to get that Real ID, you can actually go and before you fly, you can do it at the airport, but I recommend you do it before you fly, and you can actually apply to get your ID verified by, verification by TSA. It's not pre-check, nothing like that, but it's the TSA Confirm ID service. That's what it is. So as of May 7th of last year, they require everybody 18 plus to have a Real ID compliant, but they really started enforcing it here in February. And so the TSA Confirm ID service. So what you do is you will upload your ID and some more information, and they will give you a 10-day window to fly, and that they'll count that. So if you're going on spring break, it is valid from your departure date. So let's say you leave on Saturday and you come back on Saturday, you will only have to do it once, okay? If you leave on Saturday and you come back 12 days later, you're going to have to redo it again when you're flying back home. So that's $45 per 18 and over. If they're under 18, you don't have to do it, okay? But for adults, that can add up because a couple, that's $90 each way if you got a longer trip in the U.S. However, most people just take your passport and you fly, you'll be fine. Or just look on your ID, that little thing on the side. If you're in California, it's a bear with a star on it. In Illinois, it's just like a gold star in the corner. That's going to be okay. So do be aware of that, okay? Now, if you're going to the UK, they are now not allowing people to come if they have not done their ETA, the pre-clearance for England or the United Kingdom. The electronic transfer association. Oh, anyway, ETA. You just go to ETA, go to UK, or so go to gov.uk/ETA. And you can go there and basically it's like 5 questions. Like you give them your passport thing, you sit there and take a picture of yourself, and literally it's done. Like I filled it out. For me filling it out, I filled it out. It was 16 pounds. So it's like $20 to do it. I did do it through the official government site, and literally I clicked submit, i.e. pay, and by the time I opened up my email, I'd already got my acceptance. It's okay. They recommend you do that 72 hours before you travel because you don't have it before you go, they will not let you board in some cases, okay? So make sure you're doing that. And I know when I flew to the UK, they actually asked, had you done this? Yes, I had, but you'll get an email. And I actually print out my email so I have it just in case if they need some kind of proof, because though it's connected to your ID, like your passport number, it's a good idea to have that confirmation email to prove that you have it. Also, remember, it's only valid for a couple years, so you're going to have to get a new one every couple years, or if you get a new passport before that time's up, every passport needs to have one. So make sure you are doing that. Otherwise, your jolly old England trip will not be happening. That's pretty much for anybody that's flying to the UK. All right. Now, other things in the news. Obviously, you've like last week, with the cartel and the head of one of the cartels by Puerto Vallarta getting arrested and everything, and all that went down. There was some stay in place measures that went into effect in Mexico. A lot of people have contacted me like, hey, what about my trip to Tulum? I have one of my old students is getting married in Tulum. Alexi, congratulations, is getting married then. She's like, hey, should we still have it? I mean, you have to realize this. Puerto Vallarta and Tulum is like comparing like Chicago to Los Angeles in terms of distance. So if you're looking at the Riviera Maya, the Cancuns and Tulums, you're probably going to be okay. Just watch the news. Puerto Vallarta, that's a little bit different where things went down, but it is one of the things to be aware of. However, if you're going to Cancun, I think you could still do that. But again, this is up to you, and always watch what the State Department does ask, and they have this Smart Traveler program, which I recommend you signing up for. And whenever I take groups of students abroad, we will sign everybody up for Smart Traveler, so everyone gets the alerts if something's going on, so they know where you are and you know where they are, and they know you're there, and they can let you know if anything's going on. So that can help you out. Now, with the bombings in Iran, and then all the subsequent attacks coming back and other bases around the Middle East, that is one thing. There's obviously no travel to Iran, but around there, that is one thing that I would not mess around with at all. Personally, like in my video, I say a place I'll never go. If there's war stuff going on, you're going to want to avoid there. So if you had, Bahrain or something like that for your spring break trip, I might want to postpone that for a while. So do be aware of that, because those are kind of some of the bigger news that's going on right now, and I've gotten a lot of questions about those. And I thought about doing videos, but I figured I can just hop on here and kind of talk about that. So you have that. Other things. So the EES system, that is when you go to Europe, like you don't have to do anything beforehand. When you go to the European Union, you go, and when you do your passport control, this time they take your picture and they scan like your fingers of your right hand, and that's it. That's all the extra stuff is. That was supposed to be finished by April, the kind of installation. It's taken a lot longer, and they don't want to have summer chaos, so they've pushed the completion back until like October. So to make things a little bit smoother this summer, that means the ETIAS system, that it's not a visa pre-clearance for Americans going to Europe, will not be taking effect anytime soon, i.e. not this summer. And it was supposed to be third or fourth quarter this year. However, EES needs to be in place for at least 6 months before they institute that. So if they've pushed back the full implementation of EES until October, that means we're looking at another 6 months from there. So November, December, January, February, March, April. So maybe for May of 2027, they will finally institute ETIAS going in there, but there's been no official word for it yet. But I just want to give you this information. And that's just, there's just a lot of stuff out there, just so you know, for all kinds of travel things. So I wanted to get those out there for you, and just want to say hey to everybody that's on here. I see, already got a bunch of questions and people on here. Steven, good to see you. Cats are Gods, old friend, good to see you. Let's see. Brian, how many counties did you visit in Ireland a week? Well, if you're driving, you can visit quite a few. You could probably get to all of them. I mean, you can enjoy all of them, but you can actually drive through all of them relatively easily that way. Mike, good to see you. Linda Edward, I like that. Linda Ward, good evening from Toronto. Nice, great city. Dwight, good to see you. Bonjour. Hey, in Ohio, back to the cutting board. Good to see you. Cats are Gods. Next travel plans for Walter's World for places you haven't been to yet. So places we haven't been to, we're doing a bunch of Caribbean islands this spring, early summer. So we'll have a bunch of Caribbean stuff coming this summer and this fall, like when we're getting all those things edited together. Then I'm getting Liam to some new countries this summer within Europe. And then we've got some other bigger plans. We're finally getting our Southeast Asia, East Asia, more stuff coming up. And we got all kinds of crazy stuff that's going to be coming. Someone asked, is Turkey safe? I'd be a little wary right now just because of what's going on in Iran and because the bases that are there. But long-term, Turkey's great. I mean, we're going there. It's in the books now that we're going to be going there in a little while. Not this summer, but it's in the books. So we got that coming up. So fun stuff. Shirley in Southern California, hope you're doing well. Lori, thank you for all the love from all the channels. Marion, Illinois, from the truck stop in Marion, Illinois. Mike, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Mom, Kathy Walters, good to see you. 303 Mitch is going to Barcelona. Would I spend time in a Girona Sitges or stay somewhere on the Costa Brava? So Girona, I like Girona. If those of you don't know, if you ever watched Game of Thrones, a lot of it was set in Dubrovnik and then a lot in Iceland. but a lot was actually set in Girona as well. And it's actually a really cool town. Easy day trip from Barcelona, worth going to stay there. Um, I'm not a beach person, so I like Girona better than anywhere else in terms of the day trips there. I'd probably do that. Costa Brava is fine. Like if you go all the way down to Valencia, that's pretty cool. So there's that. Oh, Dwight's got 80 and clear. It's 35 and dark outside here, so you got me beat there. Let's see. Ryan Donahoe, good to see you, my friend. Ooh, Brad's going to Vietnam next week. So Vietnam is now in the books for not this summer, but next summer. We have the things already planned out. So excited to head down there. We're doing a big Southeast Asia trip next year. So we're finally getting it all put together. So it should be good. Pete. So I was talking about this right at the beginning. When I was kind of talking through there. I hope you're good, sir, with the new entry and exit system in the U. Are the queues of the boards crazy busy now like they say on TV, or is it overhyped? It depends where you are. So I went UK into Paris, and the lines were nothing. Like not at all. And when I flew out of Paris, no, I flew out of Amsterdam, nothing. Like it was fast. However, what it is when you have multiple planes coming in at the same time, that's where the backup is. So there are still some places, and there's also some places that haven't instituted enough of the stuff. You know, if you look at any, just look like Airport Algarve going to the UK, the lines are insane. You know, like we're flying out of Lisbon later this year, and I'm like, we're gonna have to get there extra early. So some of the places it can be a bit insane, but that's why they pushed it back till October, just because. Now they don't have to get everybody through, because now that they push it through October, they can say, hey, we're just going to try to get 30%. And so they see that, hey, the line's getting too long. We can just make it the old fashioned way. So we're not fingerprinting and doing everything. So we're just like scanning the passports and moving on. In some places, you know, when you go through it, literally it's just you scan your passport and it's all done electronically anyway. So there is that. Marie, good to see you. Good evening, everybody. Can we send some positive thoughts to Gabriel Travel, who seems to be stuck in Doha? Yeah, Gabe's stuck there right now. Hopefully he'll be able to get out there eventually. So I saw that on his channel. If you ever know Gabriel Traveler, if you want a guy that walks the walk and talks the talk when it comes about budget travel, Gabe is the man. You got to check him out. Thanks, Brad. Love it, my friend. Charmaine Lawrence, thank you. I appreciate that. Or are you talking to somebody else? I'm guessing. Here we go. Linda Ward keeps throwing me off. My next trip is to Iceland, so I'm signed up for notification from the official ETIS website. Yeah, at least the website's going. You still are okay for now, because if you're going your next trip, you've already got your tickets booked. I don't see ETIS happening for anyone that even has a ticket yet, because it won't happen until like May of. I don't think it'll be till summer of 27. That's my guess. But I'm going to guess to be like, oh, we don't want to mess it up. So it'll be like fall of 27 when that actually happens. I mean, this thing's getting pushed back so many times. It's kind of crazy. Hi, Mark. If I've only got a morning in Sintra and can basically only fit in one major attraction, you mention National Palace or Peña Palace? So Peña Palace that's what I'd probably go for. Because that's the one that you're like, that's your postcard like from home. It's not super big inside, but it's cool to see. That's the one I would probably go to. And Jocelyn just says that too. EJ Slim, whatever. Are you visiting Detroit soon? It has a lively downtown, great spots like Motown Museum and Henry Ford, plus American Julian Loan from Hardcore Pond. Just expect some confusing roads. Actually, yes, we will be filming in Michigan and Detroit this summer. So we're kind of excited for that. One of our fans, he wrote to me, he's from Detroit, and he sent me so many things about Michigan. He's like, I asked him, that's one of the things I always ask. Like, if you know we're going to a place, send me a DM about, hey, Mark, don't forget about this and this, mention this and this and this. Because people ask, Mark, how do you get so much inside information about a destination? It's from you. Like, we get locals from there, our fans that reach out to us. I'm like, hey, please tell me. And in my phone, I literally have multiple countries and cities where someone sends stuff. I copy their information they have and I put it in there. So I have it. So whenever I do visit the location, I have more of the information. So don't worry, my friend EJ, we will be there and we will be shining some positive lights on there. I know Jocelyn's really pumped to see the Henry Ford Museum. So that is cool. Do territories of UK require? Yeah. Well, yes, pretty much anything UK is going to need it. So you're going to like Northern Ireland, you go to Scotland, Wales. I'm gonna imagine probably Guernsey and Jersey, and those will probably need it too. I don't do sim. So sim purchase when in Europe for 2+ months. You might want to look at an eSIM. There's tons of them out there. I don't sell any, so like go look at some other YouTubers that sell them that can help them out. But those could be helpful for you because you're there 2 months. Because you're just there for a month, it's like okay, I can do the package, but I would just do an eSIM because it's all linked together. And just make sure eSIM that number has a WhatsApp, so then everything can kind of go through that. My favorite GI Joe is Flash. To be honest, I actually have a custom Flash in Night Force. This is a team in GI Joe. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to guess none of you know that. Let's see, Rory. I have not been to Egypt, so I cannot give you any information for that right now. So, yeah, Egypt's far enough away from it. I would still go if I was going, but I have never been, so I can't give you any direct personal information on that. So I apologize for that. Linda Ward, EES is nothing. I mean, literally, if you've ever come back into the U.S. where they'll take your picture, and it's the same thing. Like it's not like there's something new with the EES. It is things you've probably done 10 times before going across borders. Now it's just like an official thing that they'll have, so you'll be okay there. My suggestions for Ghent. Well, I just sent off the don'ts of Ghent. I was actually just there like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. I was in Ghent. Careful with the beer because it gets strong fast, very fast. I do recommend having fries for dinner, and because they'll put like a ragu on it, like different stuff. Like I had one that was like Indo, which was like a peanut sauce on it. It was incredibly good. Yeah, you could literally make an entire meal, like the braised beef on top of the fry. Oh my gosh, it's so good. But you can eat really well. Lots of bars. I would always say take the boat tour in Ghent, just because it's usually pretty funny, but also it gives you a nice little like idea of the city. What I like about Ghent is actually a city that's lived in, whereas Bruges is a tourist city. So Bruges, everything's closed at like 5 or 6 and the city's dead because it's just tourists. Whereas Ghent, stuff's still going on. Like you're eating with the locals and stuff. So it has definitely a very, very different vibe, which is really cool. Alicia, hey, love from the UK, love from the US. Thank you. Kat, good to see you from California. Love from Florida. Thanks, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Have I been to Antarctica? I have not been to Antarctica. I remember I had a chance to go in the 90s, and it was like $10,000. I know it's a lot cheaper now to go. Well, it depends. If you're going to like take the boat and see it versus actually going on Antarctica, 2-3 times the price from the difference from the boat outside to actually touching land. So there's that. But we have not been. We have not been. Quinn, which ones are we going to? So right as of now, I know we've got we're starting in South Korea, and then we got Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Bali, Indonesia, and then we have other things we'll do there. So it's gonna be a fun trip, my friend. But that's next year. So let's see. Ooh. Let's see. Steven, thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. I'm wanting to try bacon beer. I'm going to guess out anxiously how they always change things. So if you don't know what bacon beer is, called Rauchbier, and it's a specialty from Bamberg, Germany. And there's a restaurant you go to, bar, brewery they have, and you go in the morning. You got to have it before 11. You have white sausages with sweet mustard and a pretzel and the smoked beer. It's awesome. And the funny thing is, the smoked beer, the first time you have it, you're like, this is weird. It tastes like pork rinds. And then like halfway through the beer, you go from this is weird to this is amazing. And that becomes your favorite beer ever. So, Steven, you will enjoy. Get there for me, my friend. Chris, thank you, my friend. Member for 70 months. Dude, I didn't know you were 70 months old. You look so young. Do I have a favorite beer in Prague? What about Budapest? Starpromer is probably my favorite one in Prague. And it tastes best when you're not on the square, because on the square they rip you off so much. So go like a block or two off. It tastes better. It's like a third of the price. Budapest, there's not one of the beers from Budapest that really singles out to me. I usually drink wine when I'm there. They have those like kind of like more full-bodied wine reds in Hungary. That's what I kind of go for. And then the schnapps they have there, that's more when we go there. That's my kind of go-to. So yeah, and thank you for being a member for so long, my friend. So nice to see so many old buddies here. Let's see. Here's one. Regs for visiting UK is the past 5 years social media company. True. So here's the thing. In the UK, like if you've done bad stuff on social media, they already know. Like we've talked to some Homeland guys, and they're like, look, if you're like, we already know these things. So like, and if you need a visa, like you want to work someplace, they already check those things. But if you're a tourist, they're not doing that yet. And in the US, so the people we talk to Department of Homeland Security, they're like, hey, this is just idea. And the idea part where it goes through all the regulations and all the stuff, you're looking a year or so away before that could even happen. So not really an issue right now. Do I have global entry? I do not, because it's like a 6-month wait for the interview, and I never know what it's going to be. And then I remember, oh wait, you can do all the stuff online, and when you fly back through like Atlanta, I could go to the global entry and do it then. And I just always forget, and I never have to wait that long anyway, so I haven't got it yet. I have clear and pre-check already, so I probably should just get it, but who knows? Back to the cutting board. Do you have any tips to save money on airfare? My thing is be flexible. Be flexible when you go. I mean, when you've got kids in school, you're kind of limited when you can go. But if your kids are out of school, or you can travel without them, or they've grown, or they're really little, like going like the second half of September to Europe, it's super cheaper and this still has nice weather. Like that's one thing we do. Like if you're traveling around holidays, like flying on Thanksgiving Day or the Monday after Thanksgiving can save you $400 or $500 to Europe, or $300 domestic flights, just picking the days. So be flexible with that. That's something that's helpful. One thing I do tell people, if you're not like beholden to any airline, go on Skyscanner or Kayak and put alerts in for like, hey, I want to fly to this destination when are like prices dropped. Or if you're looking for a specific date, like look on there and it'll give you a bunch of different airlines. And then once you see that, get that price and then go and book direct with the airlines and usually get that same price. So that's one thing I really kind of recommend. We do that to save money quite a bit, or quite often, I should say. Let's see. And I'm going to Munich and Zurich. Cool. But we'll spend some time in a city between the two for a couple days. Was thinking, what are some other suggestions? Yeah, almost nice because you have the Tyler Spire in Europe. That's kind of cool when you go there. It's not really by there. You'd be going down this way, then have to go over. Innsbruck's too far, going the other direction. Actually, what I would do is, because you can take the train that goes straight to Zurich, and then from Zurich go down to Lucerne. Like that would be actually the best place to go if you're going to try to throw something in there. Or if you're in Munich, you could do the 2-hour train. It's like a local train that goes to Salzburg in Austria to have that. So it's not necessarily on the way, but it's one of those things when you're there, those would actually be better than stopping someplace in between. Oh, Lucia, I'm glad that the videos on Japan help. That's cool. Hey, I guess it's gonna be a little late, but tomorrow night on our YouTube channel and on in our podcast, our new podcast with Carmen Roberts from the BBC Travel Show, we're talking about Japan, and she lived there for 8 years, and she has some fantastic advice on visiting Japan. So that's gonna be coming out tomorrow. I guess it'll be tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. It won't be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow morning on YouTube, and then it'll be straight on other podcast networks after that. So something for you. That's cool. Yeah, but yeah, Japan's so much fun. That's the other thing we're thinking about, putting Japan when we're coming back home from our trip next summer. Throw it in Japan at the end for a little while just to get back there and have some fun. User, okay. Hello from Northwest Arkansas. Nice. Any information regarding Hungary or Switzerland as a timer with travel overseas? So we actually have tons of videos on Hungary and Switzerland that can help you out. I've got new videos of Hungary that are getting edited right now, so they'll be coming out probably April, May. We'll have some new videos on Hungary, but in general, Hungary is still a very affordable place to go, and the exact opposite for Switzerland. Switzerland's still rather pricey to go. If you have kids, I would go to Hungary over Switzerland. Just because Switzerland's not always the most kid-friendly place, and Hungary is pretty chill. Good times there. So if you have specific questions, let me know. Let's see. Steven, how do you think your children's lives have been positively changed via early life travel? I think they realize that they are very lucky, and the things they have versus some of the kids they've seen, especially we traveled like in Central and South America, where we got to see some pretty, some really hard-struck poverty. It's a place we've gone in Africa and stuff, in Asia. It really was eye-opening for them, and I think they appreciate things. But also for them, it's like when people, like my youngest, when he'll hear people say stuff online or at school, and he's like, that's wrong, because if you go there, it's like this. Like for him, he's like, why would you say stupid things like that? You know, whether it's racist or whether it's, you know, inappropriate, where he's like, that's wrong. Like for him, he's like, that's stupid. Why would you say that? Because this is the truth. And I think that's one of the great things. It's really opened our kids' eyes, and I would say like their hearts to be open to more people. That's why I always tell people, you know, travel with your kids when you can, because it's a fantastic experience and it's fun to do. Andy, thank you very much for the super sticker. I'm sorry it's not showing up here, but I really appreciate that, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I will see if you have a question here. See if I can find your question. I'll look for your question here as it comes through. Oh, there's another one. Jim and Harriet, thank you very much for the super chat. Hello, Mark and Jocelyn. Greetings from Jim, Harriet, and Yuki in Richmond, Virginia. We got some you got some more travels coming up. I know that, my friends. We got those things coming. Now let's see if I can find his question. So I'll get to that. So Chris has to go. As a European, I'd really love to visit New York City once again, but right now these stories of getting detained for no obvious reason scares me a bit. Any tips or recommendation for that not to happen? It is not is so. I understand why people in Europe are scared, because when I watch the news in Europe, I got scared of the U.S. versus what I see here in person. And I've actually reached out to Department of Homeland Security and to ask for, hey, what are some things to help tourists they feel better? And we will have videos about that coming with the World Cup. But for most tourists, it's not going to be an issue. Like if you have your stuff and everything, it's not like this isn't like what it looks like on TV a lot of places, but it is an issue for a lot of people. But the TV in Europe, I was like amazed how like insane like it made it look versus what I experienced daily. But again, you know, it depends where you're going to go. New York City, I don't think you have to worry too much about that. So don't get over scared, because remember, social media and the news, they love to scare you, because that's why I have the don'ts of travel, because no one wants to read the do's. That's why I have to put the don'ts and put it in a weird way so that it's actually a do. So I would not let that stop you. Will you have to apply for an ETIS to a specific EU country and update it if you're entering via another country? No, it is just one system for the whole thing. So you'll put your information in, and then it's there. And then once you have it, it's good. It's valid for 2 or 3 years. And then you have to do it again another, like in 3 years time. So you don't have, like, you'll do it once, it'll be taken care of, because it's all just one system. Now, let's see, where did that one go? I'm trying to see if Andy515 had a question somewhere. So he sent the sticker. Well, Andy, if you have a sticker, send it to me. Or sorry, if you have another question, send it to me. If you have a question, because I can't find if you had one here. Because now I've scrolled down to the bottom. Oh, we've got a new member, Best Horses 123. Thank you very much for becoming a member. It does make a difference. We really appreciate it. Thank you. Layla, will you do a video about do's and don'ts of Ukraine or Bulgaria? So Ukraine, not right now, but I will eventually. Bulgaria, I'm actually typing up the notes to go to the editors right now, because we were in Bulgaria for about a week and we had some good times there. So we have a don'ts of Bulgaria, a don'ts of Sofia, eats of Bulgaria, and there's one more. I think I did 4 videos on Bulgaria, so those will be coming. So you have some stuff there. Marie's going to hold on. Marie's going to Krakow, Budapest end of May. You have a fun time. You will have a very, very fun time, my friend. Darlene wants to know, what is the oddest thing you've eaten on your travels? So there's the how would I call these? Grubs, like the big fat worms, taste like bacon. That's one thing. Obviously, multiple testicles, brains. I think the first time I ate something, I was like, what? It was tongue. And I was in Mexico, and it was actually a tongue sandwich. And it was so good. I'm like, I don't care if it's tongue. This is amazing. So there was that. Let's see. I don't know. I've been tricked into eating things and drinking things, like those Chicago people that trick tourists into drinking Malort. Ugh, horrible, horrible, horrible Chicagoans. Horrible. Hey, the Europats, hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping on. Let's see. Hey, Mark, heading to the Loire Valley in June. Do you think a day trip up to the Le Mans is worth it? Yeah, for a day trip, it's fine. You have enough stuff you can see and eat when you're there. It's kind of cool. And if you want to do like go see the test track and stuff, you can do tours for that. But I would check beforehand when the tours are and if you can sign up for one. So because I can't remember what the exact stuff is when you go, but there's enough stuff around there, it can make for a nice thing. And if you got your own car, they're not going to let you drive on the track with it, but well, maybe well. But it is one of those things. It can be like a little fun little thing to throw in, especially if you're getting tired. Because I will say you do get a little bit chateaued out in the Loire Valley and with the wines and stuff. So that's why I wouldn't do more than like 2 a day. Because when you get started doing like 3 things a day, your brain melts with the stuff. So something to kind of think about. Andy Hemingway on Facebook. How are you? How are the trains in Germany? Are they comfortable for a 3.5-hour train? Yes. The trains in Germany are very comfortable. If you're taking the ICE trains, those are the nicer ones, plenty of space. If you're going to be going on a Friday night or a Sunday afternoon, I would get seat reservations to make sure you have a seat. And what's cool, Andy, is if you book it early, just get the Deutsche Bahn app on your phone. If you book the tickets early, you get a discount. So you can save quite a bit of money that way. So that would be something I'd look at. Darian Glover. Why, hello there, my magnificent German friend. Any spaghetti ice soon? Nice. All right. We're jumping around here. Michael Kilby. Best city in Europe as a base for Christmas markets. That's a good one. So you could do, like, if you want a big city, I would do Munich, because then you can go to Salzburg, you can go to Nuremberg, which is a huge one. You can go to Bamberg, you can go to Regensburg, you can go to Oberammergau. That's a good one there to have a big city base. If you want like a small town base, you could go to like, say, in Goslar or Wernigerode or Quedlinburg, and you can do the Harz Mountains. And if those 3 towns is really cute, it's kind of like in between Frankfurt and Berlin. You could do that. Like, those would be ones I would recommend. But if you want to do like, but if you're looking for like, hey, we want to have a base and then go out and explore, I would do the Munich one. Or like we've done before is we'll split it between Innsbruck, Munich, and Bamberg, and we'll do that for like 2 weeks. So that's pretty cool. Yes, BC, you can pass through U.S. immigrations at Dublin Airport, which makes life a lot easier when you come back home, because you just get on your next flight without all the extra like grabbing stuff and pulling and like, let me get it again, go through security again, blah, 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 blah. But I will tell you, the passport control safety, not passport control, at the Dublin airport, it is extremely slow to get through the security line. I mean, if you get the wrong time, it'll take forever. So you do have to give yourself extra time to go in there. Other times you can walk right up. Other times, I mean, we were there and we got there. The line was kind of long, and within 5 minutes, the line tripled in length. I mean, I have videos of it in some of my stuff. It can be really bad. Oh, new member, AA81841. Thank you very much. Your support is making the world to us, helps us bring honest travel advice without having to sell, eSIMs and stuff like that. So I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, the Europass. I will see you. I will be there. We'll be there. Just joined. Love your channels. Always learn something new. I'm glad. Hey, so for this is one thing. If you've noticed lately, I haven't had as many of my destinations on here. I'm trying to do more broad travel advice. It's because I've seen so many bad travel advice videos on TikTok and Instagram that I'm like trying to put more like, hey, here's some stuff you should know about the airport. Here's some like how to, like, I have a bunch of stuff on finding hotels and stuff coming online. So it's more broad travel advice versus my usual like really narrow focus stuff. Like today I had the don'ts of Tirana, Albania, which is never going to get a lot of views. Sadly, it deserved a great city, but I was like, hey, how can we get it so people are going to find these videos about these more smaller towns? I got to get people watching our videos more in general, so it starts recommending them more. So you're going to see some more kind of fun ones, like the ones like the people you don't want to fly with. That was one that's out there. I have one right now that it's probably going to come out a couple of weeks. It's the questions you should ask your friends before you travel with them to make sure you're on the same page. Because you want to stay for. Remember, the goal of traveling with friends is to still have friends after you travel. So yeah, that's some fun stuff there. But hey, thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Ooh, Salem, is Lille a good day trip from Bruges? Yes. So for Bruges, if I was looking for day trips, the 3 ones I would do: Ghent 1, Lille 2, and Antwerp 3. Those would be 3, and then Brussels, I guess, would be 4. Like those would be the ones I would go for. So that's nice. Oh, and I have more Belgian videos coming. They'll be coming out this summer because I was just there, so I gotta get that stuff there. Richard, so got any Tokyo advice? It's super clean. And my videos, the only thing that's changed from my videos on Tokyo from a few years ago is that now it's affordable to go there. Otherwise, Richard, one thing I would say, when you're going around, have a little plastic bag with you that you can put your own garbage in, because they do not have bins, like public bins to throw away garbage in Tokyo. Only in some of the shops they'll have it, but in general they don't. So be aware of that. So sometimes you'll see people just carry their garbage around. So it's a good idea for you to have that. Oh, Hallie, I have not been to Mount Rainier, so I can't say that. But for Seattle, one thing with Seattle, I actually like Seattle better than Vancouver. I know Vancouver gets all the love, but Seattle, the museums in Seattle are really, really good. We actually have either a don'ts or love and hates of visiting Seattle. It is a cool city to visit. It was funny, that whole 420 thing. Literally at 420 every day when we were walking around, you could smell stuff. But yeah, it was pretty funny. But yeah, it really actually is a cool city. If money were not an issue, where would you love to move to live permanently outside of the U.S.? So it's tended, like, if I have to factor in who my friends are, it would definitely be Italy. But if I had, like, it would be like, no friends, they've all left you, it'd probably be France. Just because I always have such a good time when I go to France, and my French is bad. It's bad enough that it's bad, but it's good enough that people are happy I tried. So I meet a lot of people. I meet a lot of locals when I go to France every time because of that. That's one good thing about being a vegetarian, because some of the weirder delicacies like in Iceland are of animal origin. Yeah, like the fermented shark. Oh my God, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Ooh, Chris, less than 40 days away. I can't wait, buddy. We'll have some more lives to help you get ready. You can always DM me too, buddy. Danny, going to Ireland at the end of April for the first time. Awesome. Go for 12 nights, 3 in Dublin, Cork, Killarney, and Galway. Any suggestions or tips? So looking at this, are you just doing public transport in between? So when you're in Dublin's pricey. Get your tickets to go see the Book of Kells experience. You have that. And then I would do a day trip to like Kilkenny, which is on the train line. You just go out for the day and come back. That's a nice place there. Cork, yes. When you're in Cork, go to my brain is Killarney? No, it's not Killarney. Oh, I filmed one of my don'ts of Ireland right there. It's just south of it. It's just Kinsale. Kinsale is a great place to go to. Obviously, there is Blarney Castle, Kiss the Blarney Stone, dude. It's a super tourist trap, but it's still worth doing. But watch your head. If you're tall, man, you will cut your head open because you bump your head on all kinds of stuff. Galway, you can you can do all this. If you have a car, you can do all these things on your own. But in Galway, definitely go out to the Cliffs of Moher. That's a really fun time. So. Matthew's excited for the South Korea vlog for YouTube. So excited. Thinking, yeah, it'll be a little while. That's our plan for next summer. So we have that. BC wants to know about Denver or Phoenix. Sadly, I have not been to Denver, and Phoenix been a long time. We go to Arizona. We go down to Tucson because that's where Jocelyn's dad lives, and we usually have family down there. So we have more stuff down there. So I do not have that one. I'm sorry. Desert Fox 486. Thank you very much for the super chat. What are your thoughts on Lonely Planet guides? I'd found them to have really fallen off of their usefulness. Use Rick Steves for Europe and Lonely Planet for the rest of the world. Don't know of a good replacement. So as you can tell, I was a big, huge Lonely Planet person. And I 100% agree that they have fallen off, because back in the day, you would get a great one. Their masks were always top notch. Rick Steves is great for local restaurants and local accommodation, dude. And if you ever need a guide, look at his book and get his guides. He's got fantastic guides. Okay. That's why I can't say anything bad about that, dude. He's helped a lot of people travel, and those things are good. But my mom would get that. I couldn't stand it because his maps drove me insane. Because like hand-drawn maps. Like, no, I want like Google Map style stuff. And that's what Lonely Planet had. And they had a lot of information, a lot of background. So I would actually read the history section of the country to get a feel for the country and the culture. And they've completely eliminated that. And now they basically made it into like a highlight reel of itineraries. And I understand they're like, hey, it's easier, faster. So they definitely have fallen off. Like I haven't bought a new Lonely Planet for a long time, because I'm like, these ones here, these old ones have better information than the new ones. And the one thing that really changed is like restaurants and hotels, and that you can look that up. But the culture stuff usually stays the same. So thanks, Desert Fox. It's a good thing to talk about. Oh, but here's one thing. If you're looking for a good culture one, the National Geographic, the yellow ones, they're really good to give you a good idea of the culture before you go someplace. So that's something I would kind of recommend. So hold on. I gotta. Jocelyn, are you here? Jocelyn's I got the dog's barking at the right. She's running around here. Hold on. Sorry. Let's see. Could you let? Oh, hey, Liam. Could you let Brig out? Let him back in. Okay, then you can do your homework. You can do your homework here on the other side while I do this. So let's see. Toffee goals. Hi, Walter. Not been to Scandinavia yet. I'm from the UK. Where would you recommend? I'm 21 years old. So for me, if I look at Scandinavia, like let's say the old traditional like Nordic Europe kind of stuff, like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Finland. For the big cities, Stockholm is 1, Denmark is 2, and they're pretty close. Then it's Oslo and Helsinki here for that. Like those are kind of my things there. If you threw in like the Baltics as well, I would say Stockholm, Tallinn, Copenhagen would be my top 3 there. And if you're in the UK, you have the cheap flights to a lot of those destinations you can go to. And I have videos on all those places to help you out. So you'll have a good time, my friend. Let's see. Andy, there. Thank you for the sticker earlier. Hi, Mark. I didn't have a question. I was just thanking you for the advice on Puglia instead of staying in Bari. We're staying in Pugliano Mare. Nice. Home base for 10 days. Oh, dude. That's awesome. You're going to love that. I think it's a Pugliano Mare. If you want to, like, a lot of places you stay will have, like, they'll have a beach you can go to, but they'll tell you, you're going to be, Don Julio today, and so you're going to go there, and it's really cool. And they'll have all the people that have like the little like golf carts and rickshaws and tuk-tuks and kind of stuff to get you around. So that's kind of fun. When you go there, make sure Matara is definitely, a day trip. But if you're there for 10 days, I might actually just go and spend one of those nights. Like just leave your stuff at your hotel or wherever you're staying in Pugliano Mare and do a night in Matara because that is such a cool place. I would definitely do that. Bari for a day trip, of course. Alberobello with the Truly houses, those. We've got videos on all these places. Really cool. You could do that as well. Like that's one of the things people don't realize is sometimes you book, if you're going to stay in one place for 10 days, have the same place, maybe you take one of those nights, you stay someplace else, but then you can leave all your luggage like in the main hotel. And then you go off your day trip and you just take a little day trip bag. And then you have that. Like we do that actually quite often just because it's like, look, there's no point in checking out and then checking back in and doing this. We'll just pay one extra night for that one night there. So there's that. Let's see. Oh, with the initial 3 nights. Oh, well then. Okay. Never mind. You got it. You're fine. Oh, Brad. Czech Air was my worst experience flying. What's yours? So I actually put out a video this week of my worst flight experiences. For airlines, well, Jocelyn, we've had a lot of stuff disappear when we've flown with Ryanair. But like none of them been horrible. But I do know, like, I've had some horrible experiences just flying in general. And, yeah, so a lot of had to do with, like, we've been, like, drunk people on a plane causing issues and stuff. Not us, but, like, other drunks. So there's that. Ooh, Tampa. Okay, advice trip in April. Ybor City, you want to go down there. And you want to get the Cuban sandwich from Tampa because it's a little bit different than what you probably have at home. But that's like the birthplace of it. That's kind of cool. Clearwater Beach is voted like the best beach in the U.S. quite often. But it's worth going over there to see it and go hang out at the beach because it's a nice beach and eat there. That's kind of nice. If you're going, depending where you want to stay, you can fly into TPA, the Tampa one, or you can fly into PIE, the Clearwater flight. And that has some of the like Allegiance and stuff, I think. Not like Delta, but like some of the low-cost airlines flying there. What else? If you want to go to Orlando, it's not that far. Like, so I hate MCO so much that sometimes I'll fly to Tampa just not to have to deal with MCO, the Orlando airport. So, hey, Liam.
15 problems, actually 12 problems.
You have 12 problems? You can knock that out. Sansei SF, thank you very much for the super chat. How should I protect my passport if the hotel lacks a room safe? Any cell phone tips for London given all the thefts? Thank you. Love your channel, all your good info. Okay, so one thing I always do is, I always take a picture of my passport so I have it like in my camera roll, but also then I'll screenshot it because then it's in that different folder, because there's like, recent pictures, but you have screenshots so you can find it quicker that way if you need it. Also, I email one to myself so I have it, and I have for the whole family, so we have that like kind of a safe like place if I need it in case it gets lost. In terms of your phone, as long as like keep it in your front pocket. If you got a bag, do the crossbody bag and have that. Do not ever use the outer pockets in bags on backpacks. People put it out there. I mean, I see people that have like bags that literally like I'll see women with purses that are just open purse stuff, and I'm like, dude, I could rob you. Like literally, my fat hands can go in there and get things. You'll be fine. Like that's just it. Like as long as you're paying attention, you'll be okay. Only place you need to pay attention anytime, like they'll have signs outside of the change of the guard saying like, hey, there's a lot of pickpockets here, so do be aware. And there's even cops there. So anytime there's like a lot of people smushed together, that's when like I'll literally have my hand in my pocket on my phone. And then I'll have my hand in my other pocket, my wallet, which is my front pocket, and I have that. But I haven't had any issues, knock on wood, in London ever. For that, but it's just a good idea to be kind of a heads up. But the fact that you're thinking about it is going to make it better. Now, if your hotel doesn't have a room safe, ask if they have a safe downstairs. That's it. Or sometimes what you can do, I mean, you could hide it within your suitcase, but like that's one of those things you might want to think about. Some people will wrap it up in underwear, hopefully clean, but maybe dirty to keep them away. But I've done some of those things. I've hidden stuff like under the beds, under the mattresses, but you got to make sure wherever you do put it, make sure you put an alarm for yourself. Like, let's say like checkouts at 10 and you're like, hey, give yourself an alarm at 9 a.m. saying, don't forget passport is here. Because the people will freak out because they forget where they put it. So that would be some advice there. So I hope that can help you. And thank you very much for the super chat. That was really nice of you. Let's see. Lori, looking forward to see you too. Oh, seeing the Pope on Ash Wednesday. That'll be cool. Lori, like I said, looking forward to see you too. Give you a big hug. Let's see. I would say, okay, sightseeing recommendation for Cartagena, Colombia. So Cartagena is cool. Like, so cool. Justin's like, maybe we should get something down here and like make this our summer house or something. Like she really enjoyed it. Going around the old town is cool. It's a lot of good time, but I would go out where you go into like the marsh, into like the like you literally take like a kayak, a little boat out, not a kayak, you take a little like John boat out into the marsh and everything, and you'll go fishing out there. Like that was so cool. I really enjoyed that. But we do have a Don'ts of Cartagena that will give you a lot of tips. So check out that video. That'll be really helpful. Evan Smith, hey, hi Walter, hi. I appreciate your videos. I've been watching them for years, like 13 or so. Hey, I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you for sticking with us for so long. I know there's many travel YouTubers and influencers and educators have come and gone over the years, and some of us have kept around, keep going. And I just like helping people travel better because I know sometimes it's hard to do all the research yourself. So if I can make like a don'ts video, so you can watch this one video and you'll be ready to go. I can help people travel better. Like that's what I love doing these things. And it's really nice to hear that some of you have stuck around for, well, I've always been kind of thin on top, but never thin on the bottom. So I'm glad you've been. Thank you so much for being with me. Liam said I'm only 5%.
No.
Oh, what?
For like 5% quieter.
Oh, 5%. Oh, he wants to be 5% quieter. Okay. He's doing it. Liam's doing his homework across the table for us because we were in the library. Let's see. Earl, Mark, thanks so much for all your travel info. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate it. We're heading to London this summer, and with the dollar not so strong against the pound, any quick tips to help stretch it a bit further, or just suck it up and enjoy situation? Suck it up and enjoy. One thing I'm going to tell you, a lot of things in London, you can't pay with cash. You're going to be using your card. So make sure your credit card you're using does not have international transaction fees because that's like 3% or more added on to every purchase, and 3% adds up after a while. Also, look at pre-booking tickets for any things you want to go see because that can save you some money too, or also save you time. And that's one of the big things because time is money when you're on some of these trips. So, Earl, hope that helps. Have a great trip, my friend. Yes, Linda, Nat Geo does have something on Iceland. They do. It's pretty cool. Great photography in it too.
Hi.
Oh, look who's here. It's Miss Jocelyn. Or Mrs. Jocelyn. What do you prefer?
Just Jocelyn.
Just Jocelyn. All right. There you go.
Hey, y'all.
So, V. Aviles is going on my first travel experience with my dad's side of the family to Mexico at the end of this month. You're going to have such a good time. I mean, that's one thing is when you go with your family and someplace, it gives you different experiences. So you have more stuff to talk about versus like But the same old thing, like, oh, we were at the family reunion, like, oh, remember we went to Mexico? Remember we did this? It just
And
makes,
everyone has different memories of trips, and I
Yeah.
think that's kind of part of the cool thing, you know.
oh, Joseph, what's up, my friend? How's it going? You were in Ghent, Belgium. Didn't tell me. I owe you some light beer.
Cough,
Light,
cough,
yeah. God.
light beers.
All I know is, so I was at St. Peter's, whatever neighborhood, and I got talking to the bartender, and he's like, well, let's just go through them. I got like beer 4. I'm like, all right, I'm not filming anymore today. I'm not functioning anymore. And they're not big. They're like this big kind of stuff. So, yeah, good to see. Oh, sorry.
Gwen J. Right about that. Gwen J4475 just got back from a trip to Argentina, Chile, Uruguay. Your videos help my planning so much. That was mine.
Oh, wait, what? I got confused. Sorry.
Gwen, I'm so happy for you because listen, I love South America. Just that you got some good stuff in there right there, and a lot of really good wines.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Oh, Tanat's fantastic.
Mhm.
And Uruguay, definitely have a Tanat.
Mhm.
So, what do you think of So, Eric asks, what do you think of a trip hitting Strasbourg, Munich, and Salzburg? Any place I should consider adding on? Okay, so if you from those ones between Strasbourg and Munich, oddly enough, they're based on the same level, so you're coming across. I would go over to Freiburg in Germany, spend a night or two there, and then go from Freiburg over to Munich. That's the best place.
I love Freiburg.
Southwest Germany, that's the best place to go for me. Let's see.
Oh, look, Darian's on there. You probably already said hi 10 times.
Yes, I did.
Hey, Darian. See you soon.
So, opinion on Aer Lingus. They have some good flights. I always find there's a lot of kids on there. So if you got kids, it's pretty good. But if you don't like flying with kids, maybe
Don't fly Aer Lingus.
Don't fly Aer Lingus, especially during the holidays, or school holidays, because it gets rambunctious sometimes on there. Alex, also, I saw your latest video about worst plane experiences. I remember sitting next to a girl who was nervous. I calmed her down by asking everything about her life. She thanked me afterwards. Yeah.
Was that me? I've had people do that.
That's one of those things. If you're sitting next to somebody, like that's the thing. The lady that was next to me who's losing it, I was like, I'm going to keep it together to help her feel more comfortable. And like, it makes a big difference. That's one of those things. We can all help people when we travel and make the world a better place. So thank you for making the world a better place for them. Let's see. Oh, this is Mike or Michelle. Yesterday we sat on a runway in Fort Lauderdale for an hour and 15 minutes because Delta couldn't find us a gate. Oh, I hate when that happens.
Wow.
So-
that's a long time to sit on the tarmac.
I had one. I was flying JFK to Helsinki, and we got delayed because somebody lost a passport. They finally found it, got us on, so we were late leaving, and then we got bumped out of the line, and then a storm came, but they couldn't get us back in because all the gates were taken. So we sat on the tarmac for 6 hours. I mean, this is back in the day. You can't do that now. 6 hours, and then they're like, "Okay, we can leave," and then we flew. So we sat for 6 hours, and then we flew like
Just burning fuel.
No, we just sit. No, you just sit there. You don't turn like you just
turn
have
it
like,
off?
yeah, just have the stuff going. You're just sitting there. We're just sitting there on the tarmac, like la 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 la. Yeah, it
I would
sucks.
hate that.
Yes, same. Do-do-do-do. Alex, hi. Hope you're having a good day. We are. Me and my friends are going on a road trip from Montreal with the main destination being the Tetons, Yellowstone. That's a
Ooh,
long but
nice.
awesome drive. What is your which of the two we should spend longer in? So Yellowstone has significantly more things to see and do. Tetons is an easier drive around to see it, and it's beautiful, but you just have a
Depends
lot
on
more.
what you want to do.
Yeah, but like in general, though, I think
Like if you're into hiking, spend more. Well, I don't know. Some people like climbing, and other people like
Yeah.
hiking. And
I would spend more time in
In
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone for sure. Like
Ooh.
I would put like two days in Yellowstone, 1 day in Tetons. Like that's how I divide it up.
shameless plug. Our friend has a fishing place in West Yellowstone called Big Sky Anglers.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Excellent experience, and it's not just because he's our friend,
Yeah.
but he set us up with a guide, and Caleb and I went fly fishing, and it was amazing.
Yeah. And Joe's a super good guy, and like I mean, we didn't even
Yeah,
get we
Joe's
just talked to him. He
great
was one of the
human.
guys. He's one
a
of
really good.
he's one of those
human.
people like you're a really good person. How are we friends? Like you were too good of a person to be friends with me. I don't feel like I'm good enough. I don't know what you're looking at.
That one. Yep.
Chris Goes Global. Hey, Mark. I recently booked a 14-day trip to Rwanda. Yes.
Yay!
Gorilla and chimpanzees trekking, day and night game drives, and a trip to the Genocide Museum on the Eternity. Any additional tips? So there's a lot of genocide museums, and I will warn you, they do not hold back.
They're tough.
They're tough. Like there's a reason why you have to be like 14 to go in. or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well,
'cause
and there's like a part in the national one
it's a
in
child.
Kigali, and it's a children's room, and it's like
How the children.
just awful.
It's
But that's why they don't have genocide.
yeah. They're like because they can learn
But
about it.
listen, spend a little time with the people. Like if you can, when you're up near the gorilla tracking stuff, there is, what is the name? The Gorilla Guardians Village or Gorilla
Yeah,
Guardians
Guardians,
Village.
and there's a video just on that.
They were lovely people. I actually got to spend some time. They married us.
Yes.
We had a tribal wedding. It was the coolest thing ever. So that was really neat. But also, like, I got to make baskets and whatever. Like, they teach you stuff.
It was
and
it's
a good experience. Also, if you can just spend some time with the people.
Yeah. And
great.
And don't forget, when you go to Rwanda, you can go to the national parks there and see the Big Five. So you can do that
Yep.
too. So you don't just have to go to Tanzania for that. You can do that in Rwanda too.
Yep.
Hey, Mark, love your channel. Thank you, Ronan. Any suggestion with a parent traveling solo with school-age kids? Have them involved in the planning, so they're buying in. So when you go someplace, you're going to their place. And what I would recommend, just my different advice, if there's things you want to do, make sure it's all three things you want to do. Be like, hey, there's these three places. I'm not sure which one to go to, or at least two places. Which one do you pick one? So we go there and you look it up. And so then they pick it and like, hey, we went there for you. It's your destination. And therefore, and they buy into it because it's their thing. And like our kids would like look up stuff and they'd be like, yeah, this is my thing. And it really got them more excited for it.
Our kids also picked their own things to
Yeah.
go and see. Like when Caleb takes us to like a shoe factory or
Yeah.
something, you know.
Or where
It's
to get the
cool.
best knockoff watches in New York City. Like, the kid has skills. The kid has skills. Liam is good at finding us some other fun stuff too. So there is that. Other thing I would say, with your traveling with the kids, plan some downtime. And if you're doing the hotel versus the apartment rental with kids, sometimes apartment rental is better because you can go back during the day and have space to do stuff. Or like
and you can eat.
and you can eat.
It's a little
or
more like a home
get yourself.
situation.
It's needing more space, and yeah, and also download movies onto the devices so they can watch them when there's no Wi-Fi, just in case. So they have like a favorite show or something. That was a lifesaver for us sometimes.
Oh, also with those books, where were they going? Just
I didn't say.
Europe?
Just say it was going.
So, Lonely Planet created this thing. They don't print it anymore, but you can find it online.
Not for adults or not for parents.
Not for parents. It's by Lonely Planet, and it'll be like Paris, not for adults, or not for parents. Whatever. We've given you enough information.
Yeah.
You'll be able to find it.
I'll say it because we
Great
had
things.
it. We had two of them. I don't know where it is. Let's see. Any tips on Amsterdam? Which surrounding cities and coastal cities nearby should we visit? Okay, so Golden State kind of mind. Utrecht is really good if you want a mini Amsterdam. Haarlem if you want more of a historical city. Leiden also historical city with some canals in there. Those are all like 20-minute train rides from the station on a local train. Easy to do. And you just use your credit card, tap in and tap out, so you don't have to worry about tickets kind of stuff. So you can do that. Those are ones I would recommend the most. I would not go down to Rotterdam. Those towns Rotterdam's weird. It's not weird, but it's new. It's like if you want the historical
It
stuff.
doesn't
do
feel
those.
like the rest of Amsterdam.
The rest of the Netherlands.
Or that's what I meant.
Yeah. Don't worry, we will get to the country of Georgia, not just the state of Georgia. But we have,
We do go to the state
State
of
of
Georgia a lot.
yeah. Seattle loves Jocelyn's videos.
Thank you.
There you go. Let's see. Hi, Jocelyn. Hi, Jocelyn. I guess I'm farther down. Hold on. Let's go down here. Oh. Jim and Harriet, what do you thank you very much for the super chat? What do you think will change at TSA as a result of the war going in Iran? I don't think anything will really change at TSA. I mean, there might be a few more questions when you're coming back, but going like within the US, I don't see too much really changing for there. You said maybe a few more questions and stuff, but
Generally, those things don't end up affecting TSA.
in the US,
my experience on our end.
Yeah, like the thing is, if you're going, but like
Unless
other
you're going
places,
to and from that region, then you might,
So there's that.
Brigadier, you had dinner.
G Money, hello, Mr. Walters. Please visit the South Caucasus country of Georgia. Yes, we will. Don't worry. One of the former presidents of Georgia actually is a alumnus from my university, University of Illinois. So he used to come and visit quite often. So we will get there. Don't you worry. I was actually looking at it the other day for a possibility. I'm like, but right now I'm trying to figure out some plans for 2027. So I got stuff there.
Yeah. Layla Grotto, Walter's World. Will you do your top 10 best worst airlines worldwide, Europe, USA videos? So we've actually been talking about things to do about flights, talking about the things we don't think about all the time,
Yeah.
you know, like the food, because when you fly internationally, generally speaking, transatlantic and things like that, you're going to get meals.
I don't eat the meals. I don't eat the food anymore on the planes because it's garbage and
So
it's just you
we
just
were-
get a.
We were talking about that, but you know what? We don't fly all of them. So I don't know that we can do a best worst, but we can give maybe some that we
Yeah.
like and we fly.
And also,
regularly.
I have a video that's I'm editing right now. It's like how to choose the best economy seat. You know, because if you get first class, it's great. But you know what? I can't afford first class. Yeah, as I'm saying, it's like, hey, if I can only get economy, what do I want to sit at? Like, you know, where you don't want to sit, you don't want to be in the back row or by the toilet because that's always gross. But there's certain spots that are better
But
than
I
others.
really like the back because you hear the engine noise and puts me to sleep.
Yeah, crazy woman. Enjoy your videos. Go Illini. Thanks, CK. Go ILL, baby. Do you have any female related travel social media that is geared towards female travelers? I'll let you do that.
On my Instagram, I've got, you know, some stuff. I don't know that it's super geared toward older female travelers, just female travelers and travelers in general. I don't know that I've kind of narrowed it down that much, but I have a bunch of posts on there, like, you know, packing things and whatnot. I'm not a very good Instagrammer. I'm just not. My husband teaches social media and I just don't do the things I should. I know what they are. I just don't do them. So I'll work on it. I promise.
One thing I would say is like with female or male or anything when it comes to social media, good travel advice is good travel advice. Like I'll follow men, women, whatever. It doesn't matter. If they got good advice, it's good advice. So do be open to listening to people of different age groups, genders, all kinds of stuff, different countries. Because I learned stuff from all kinds of different things that I didn't know about before. So
yeah, be a sponge.
Yep. Adam wants to know, are we going to visit Pacific Islands like Vanuatu and Tuvalu eventually? Well, Liam, the party pooper, doing his homework over there. I was like, we could just go like from South Korea and go down, and then we can go from, you know, we get to Indonesia, then we can go to Australia and New Zealand, then we can go over there.
I mean, we could just hop all the way through there.
But
That's a lot of
apparently he
flights.
needs to get a high school diploma. So
What?
oh, well. I know, crazy. Hey, I mean,
think you
AI
could
is gonna
just-
do everything anyway. I guess you don't need anything.
Oh,
Right?
stop. I bet you could just graduate early.
Ooh. So we'll be retiring to Albania next year. Which city do you prefer, Durres or Project? For myself, I would probably go Durres. That's probably the one I would go to. But I'll be honest, a lot of people are actually moving to Albania to retire because they have actually a decent like visa system for you to go. We loved Albania. Like
great.
Jocelyn, we were like talking how we can get back. Her and her friend Sandra are trying to figure out a trip to go back there for a girls' trip. So
We enjoyed it. It was
you'll
really
have
cool.
wherever you end up, you'll be fine. The people are awesome. Let's see. Masha, what's up? My husband says I also need to include him in the planning. Hush now. He has his place. You tell him to hush. He's just having
I
practice
mean, we
this.
sort of share the
Yes,
planning.
dear. Yes, dear. You are wonderful. You are fantastic. Yes, dear. Like that's what he should be saying. Let's see. Oh, Chris, on my flight from Athens, we arrived at O'Hare early and had to sit on the plane on the tarmac, waiting for an international gate so long that our layover ended up being less than an hour. Yeah, that's happened. That's never fun. That's never fun. Yeah, that's my least favorite airport
O'Hare
to go
is my
to.
favorite, my least favorite in the whole wide world.
Hey, I'm Dan Reed. Oh, hey, Dan, good to see you. From Columbus, thanks for a fun Sunday watch, guys. Hey, glad to help out. I mean, it's a nice chill Sunday. You know, I actually went to a toy convention earlier today in Indianapolis. I left early in the morning, and then when I got there, I was like, this is cool. And then I basically had a slow flattening tire the rest of the
Father asked where you were. I didn't rat you out today.
Thank
He's
you.
like,
So-
you were smart.
that was good. He's like, well, according to his message, he's got a flat tire in Indiana. So yeah, that was fun. I'm waiting for tomorrow morning to see if the tires are like this or south of France one.
Darlene trip, south of France this year. Avignon, Nice for
Avignon.
sure as bases. Did I say it wrong? I can't speak the French.
Avignon?
No, I think
Ax?
she's saying those are the two for bases. Axe,
Oh.
Arles,
memes or place to visit.
Nimes. There you go. There's a couple. I liked Arles a lot.
You are Mr. Barker tonight.
Gerbana glue. I don't. I'm struggling with that. I should put my glasses
Use the
on.
first letter and insert something fun behind it. Chimo.
Oh, that's right. Before posting a love and hates video, do you wait until you leave the country to avoid trouble with locals and potentially the local authorities? Well, nothing we say is that awful, but we
Well,
never,
what you have to realize is some countries you say anything bad about it, you can't go to jail.
there are, but we don't
We don't post where we
really
are.
do that, and
Yeah.
we never post where we are. If we posted a video in Spain today, we were not in Spain today.
Yeah.
Like that's what you can guarantee.
Yeah,
That's not
because
where we are
we've had issues, and so therefore it's a
safety
safety thing. So
for us.
that's why we're like, Mark, why don't you come see me? I'm like, because I was there 3 weeks ago, or I was there a month ago, or 2 months ago. It's like, that's why. Because there was a time I was in Germany that literally I was looking over my shoulder filming in Hamburg because it was like, oh. So after that, we're like, nope. Let's see. Anything?
Yeah. There.
Glenn Goulet. Goulot. First trip overseas, cool. Doing 5 countries in 3 weeks, cool. Hitting the high spots to see where we want to return later. That
Smart.
is a smart thing to do. They like she said it. There you go, double.
Yeah.
Because then you get a taste, and you can say, "This is where I want to come back to." That's why
Wow. That's
when people
a trip
do
too.
bus tours and cruises, it's good to give yourself a taste when you go, because then you're like, hey, you know what? I liked Italy. I wasn't a fan of France, huh? And then you could go where you want to go back to. But let's see. London, Paris, Normandy, Lucerne, Venice, Rome, Athens, Santorini. Dude, that's
You're
a lot.
hitting a lot.
You're hitting a lot, but that's going to give you a good taste of stuff out there, because you got the London, you got the Paris and the France stuff, you got the central Lucerne, which will give you like that Germanic vibe to it. You got the Italy and the Greece. That's for a first trip overseas. You're getting a lot of stuff that's going to give you a wide variety, which is going to help a better idea, because it'll give you a better idea. Like you DM me afterwards, like I really like Lucerne. I'll give you ideas for that or other ones you liked instead. Oh, we went for the food. Hello again. Hi from Indy. Oh, I could have called you to help me with my tire. We'll be connecting to Rome on separate bookings from Lima Heathrow in early September. It's 4 hours. Ooh.
Separate bookings is why it's not enough.
Okay. But you have to realize, getting in early September, you're usually okay because the kids are back in school. You got to hope there's no delays, because you're going to go through. It's going to take you about an hour to get out. And if you check your luggage, if you're doing carry-on only, but you're switching to another airline, you're going to have to recheck the bag. So if you're doing carry-on going over, you'll be better off, because you can just leave with your stuff, then go and recheck in to do stuff. However, your carry-on size requirement fits with the other airline, you can just have it on your phone and go. It is doable. People do it. I usually don't recommend that, just because
If there's a delay,
it's all on you.
Second airline isn't.
They're like,
oh, Delta messed up. Sorry.
not our problem. And
You
then
know?
they'll cancel your other flight coming back to there if you have another flight.
Yeah.
So something to be aware of. But it could, if the weather works fine, it could be fine. Millions of California recommendations. Thanks. I'm going back there, actually. I'll be filming in California again this year. Michael, travel the world. Good to see you, my friend. So Shane and Eliz, hello. What are your thoughts on Amsterdam as a couple that's not interested in the party scene or red light district? Is it worth a visit just to stroll and do the tulip scenery?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be honest with you. If this screen here is Amsterdam, the red light district is just this little red thing up here in the corner. If you have like a timer or something, it's like literally just like this, because it's like 10%
It's just
of the
what
city.
people talk about the
Yeah.
most.
Like if
And the
you
museums, holy cow!
the
you know?
Rijksmuseum, if you're going to do the Anne Frank Museum, like literally book now, like find out when because they book it like a
those
month out,
tickets months
because they
out.
sell out. They sell out a long time. But like I don't do any of that stuff. And like I have a great time in Amsterdam every time I go, and all the other things, great day trips. So do not even worry. Do not even worry about it. You will be just fine. Elephant in the room, do you think it's safe to go anywhere in the Middle East right now? No, not really. We talked about that at the very beginning of the talk, because I knew that would be something people want to talk about. And that's one thing. It's because you have Iran firing out at U.S. bases and other places. So I would postpone a few things right now. Let's see.
Somebody asked if we're going to Alaska and Hawaii. Yes and yes, separate trips. The Alaska thing, Mark and I have kind of kicked around, just the two of us going together this summer. Well, I don't know. We'll see how things are with the kids.
Yeah. So good. You're carry-on only. That makes your life 1,000 times easier than it probably is. As long as and it's September, so probably not a weather delay. So if you're getting in, you get a 4-hour thing, then heck, you might get through and you won't even be able to check in yet, because you have to have 3 hours before. So there's that. Fame.
I want to say this.
Okay.
first time I've turned into a live broadcast. Been watching. I'm so glad you're here. It's very exciting. I mean,
Welcome,
we used
welcome.
to do these twice a week during COVID.
During COVID, yeah.
It was like our socialization. It was all of our socialization.
Yeah. So, where was the worst place you visited for female travelers, in your opinion? I don't know. Like, because I know you had issues in one country.
I did. I had issues in Morocco. And Morocco, I've had girlfriends who've gone together, like as just girls or singly, and had a wonderful time. The hard part for me is that I'm the negotiator in our family. And because my husband was with me, no one would negotiate with me because that's culturally rude for them. That it's a cultural thing. And so I struggled. I didn't feel like threatened. Like nothing was bad. It was just hard for me to be like, no, listen to me, damn it, not him. He's a bad negotiator. We came home with crap we didn't need.
Hey, but both of our parents,
they have beautiful rugs that I paid too much money for, and it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's right. Do we have to do the new UK visa program if we're just flying through? Technically, no. However, I would do it just in case. But technically, no, you do not have to have it because you have to stay in that section of Heathrow and not leave. And one of the things is they're not letting some people fly into the country because they don't have the ETA. And I haven't heard of those people because they're flying to the UK to stay or if they're flying through. So I would just do it just in case. I mean, it's 16 euros. Do not just search on Google for it. It's like, I have a video on it. Look at my video. It's like gov.uk/ETA. Go there and buy it directly. So it's only £16 because I've seen where people charge like $100 to do it just because they do. And it literally takes 45 seconds, like literally 45 seconds. So one thing I would say for that.
That one, Tim of Homchakov.
Rank your favorite Japan cities. They're in November. We traveled in November. We went
to 2 cities.
Yeah. So Kyoto, Tokyo.
We were only there for 5 days.
The thing is,
Thanksgiving break. We had Thanksgiving.
No, we were there for 10 days, babe.
Was it really?
Yes.
Gosh, that went fast. Also, we lost the first 36 hours because y'all slept, and I was wide awake. See his face.
Someone's not there. I don't bring up things like you did 20 years ago.
Oh,
you know that time,
was 20 years ago.
I know, but still. Anyway, all right, we got to get Liam back to doing homework. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for hopping on tonight. It was great to see you all again. Do a little live here. I'm going to try to do some more. Like I was hoping to do more in February because I did a bunch in January. I was trying to do some more in February, and February just got crazy.
February's a squishy month.
Yeah, it's a squishy month. It's only 28 days. So that's why it's March. Let's do it. So I'm going to do more of these. They're going to be more like pop-up ones. Like, hey, when we have time, let's do it. So I'm going to try to do some. Like some maybe during the week and some on the weekends. And I want to try to do various times because the evening ones our fans in Europe and Asia can't really be on because the timing. So this way I can do it, where, we have this week at the US and Canada and Central and South America. And then we're going to do some like morning ones here. So it'll be like afternoon there. So check out and be on there. And I'm going to keep doing them on all the, so if you want to watch it on Walter's World Eats, Professor Walters, if you want to watch us on Facebook at Walter's World, LinkedIn, find Walter's World LinkedIn. I'm having the lives all through there just so people can find it wherever it's there so they can bring their questions in. So just want to say thank you, everybody, for hopping on. Choose, have a great time. Love you too, 7 Mile Line. Thank you. Thanks for running, everybody. And I also want to say thank you for everyone that helps everyone in the chat. That's one of the best things about this community is we can't get to everybody's question. We don't actually see all the stuff. Like it flies by on our side. But seeing you all helping each other out, being better travelers and helping other travelers is freaking awesome. So thank you for that.
Yeah, this one, I think it came up twice above that. Yeah, that one.
Okay, I guess MJF is our new.
Sorry, I know.
Hey, Mark, I've watched your channel since day one. Nice. I'll be at Erfurt and Weimar and Leipzig, Germany come May. Any recommendations in that part of Germany? It's vastly underrated, in my opinion. Yes, but you will definitely feel the less tourist development infrastructure in that eastern part of Germany when you go. So I would say, whereas a lot of times in Germany, you can just wander around the historic city. Some of the historic city got wiped out and then it wasn't repaired after the war and the communists didn't really do a good job with it. So just be aware of that. But
and look at magnificent Germany with Darian.
Yeah, he's got some
good stuff for you.
Yeah, but you'll have a good time though. You'll definitely have a good time. All right, everyone.
Good night, y'all.
Looking forward to next chat. So am I. And LinkedIn. Yo, we got our first LinkedIn user. Nope. All right, I'll see y'all later. There goes. There's Darian. Magnus and Dream with Darian. Germany. All right, see y'all later. Have a great one. Bye.